Y'all already know what type of time we on today. It is your girl, Miss Angie, and it is yet another Red Cup Friday. So I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at my TikTok, but y'all know that this week's topic, I did not bring a red cup. I brought my red mug, and I brought myself some coffee because y'all know we are addressing the church people today. Okay, so I felt like an alcoholic beverage would be inappropriate for this particular topic. And this week we will be discussing sex and the church. Okay, so y'all already know how I am. I'm a mommy and I'm an auntie first, so y'all already know these topics are not for children. But before y'all go, make sure y'all go on ahead and click that subscribe button and thumbs up this video, because y'all already know I took my notes. I came prepared, and we gonna have us a good old thought-provoking conversation today. Okay, so y'all go ahead and get those kids up out of here, and I will be waiting for y'all when y'all come on back. Okay, ladies, so I am back with y'all, and y'all already know I came with my notes. So y'all, we gonna hop right on in, okay? Now, before you all get started, I just want to give y'all a little bit of backstory. Y'all already know that I am a child that was raised by two preachers, okay? And as ministers' kids, I've done everything from served on the usher board, I've been on the praise and worship team, I've been in the choir, the youth choir, the teenage choir, on the dance team. Did I say dance team already? I've done it all in church, okay? So bottom line, I've gone to women's retreats. I've done it all. We danced for women retreats, all of the above. The one thing that I never saw in church, even when I became a young adult and I chose my own church, I never saw where there was a class or any sort of seminar where women were taught, even married women, right? And even for single women, no one ever discussed and encouraged women to have a healthy, happy, exciting sex life in the church. And I was always wondering, why is that? Why is it that when you see the man of God and his wife, why is it that the first lady looks well kept and well put together, but together the two of them have absolutely no chemistry, right? You can oftentimes catch the pastor eyeballing certain women in the church more so than his own wife. So today we are going to have those conversations, okay? Because I feel like if anyone in the world can always promote sex, I will never understand why is it that when sex is ordained by God in the Bible for married people, why is it something that's breezed over, right? Women are always taught modesty and to be the Proverb 31 woman, but who actually teach women to satisfy themselves and their husband sexually, okay? And that's going to bring me to my first point. Who teaches the woman of God to have sex? Now, okay, ladies, now y'all already know, like I said, I was raised by a minister. My mother was the definition of a Proverb 31 woman, so was my grandmother. So I've seen modest women all of my life, right? Even for a woman who marries and they're a virgin, who can actually teach a woman who's married to the man of God, the pastor or a minister, how to satisfy her husband sexually? Okay, and the reason why this is so important is because, for one, of all of the lustful spirits that come to the church. Now, I know y'all see them because I'm not the only one, okay? Y'all see how these come in church, okay? Because I be seeing the skirts right up under the ass. I be seeing sheer tights and leggings and prints and all types of camel toe on Sunday morning, okay? And you see a whole lot more of it even on Communion Sunday morning. Who they coming in there for? The pastor, the ministers, your husband probably, okay? So this is why this is so important, and I really feel like this should be addressed in the church, whether that's on the woman's retreat, whether there need to be some sort of woman's seminar, I don't know, but somebody needs to teach the first lady and the women in the congregation that it is okay to have a healthy, exciting sex life with your husband. Okay? But the question is, who's going to teach you? All right, next point. Are you so holy to where the things your husband asks you for sexually frighten you? Okay. Again, this all goes back to modesty and abstinence and fasting and praying and all of the above. Our pastor, my old pastor, used to say, some of y'all are so heavenly bound to you, no more earthly good. Now, this will roll into my next point, right? Your man's calling don't have nothing to do with his sexual cravings. And your calling as a woman of God, a first lady, a minister, whatever role you play in your church, even if you're woman the bitch, if you are a happily married woman, or if you are, should I say, a married woman, there is absolutely no reason why you should be refraining from having sex as a married woman. And I don't understand it, right? Sometimes, and like I said, I do understand that in religion, oftentimes we're taught to fast and give up certain things. And that's not an all the time thing. But sweetheart, I believe you should give the man of God the Holy Trinity on the Sunday. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna let y'all imaginations run with that. But I'm saying y'all should be more than happy and excited to jump on y'all husbands. Okay. So the next point I wanted to bring up, y'all notice I ain't really hanging on my notes too much today because I kind of got these off the top of my head. Another question that I want to know from a pastor and a first lady standpoint. How are you all able to give marriage counseling, especially knowing that one of the main issues that plague marriages today are due to a lack of sex? And it often makes me wonder, how can a pastor and a first lady really redirect or give proper counsel to someone when you're not even having good sex?
Clean, clean, clean. Man, you capping. Ooh, clean, 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 clean. Ooh, you capping. Drip, splash, water, drip, splash, splash, drip.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all. A lot of these pastors are so nasty to the point where y'all know that they're out there in the congregation dipping and dotting with this one and that one. So I never understood, how the hell do you go to the man of God for counsel when you see he's not even taking his own advice with his own wife?
No.
Right? You see this woman over here just looking like a kept church hat. Okay, and then you see he's over here looking like a slick pimp, smiling in every woman's face before and after church. I mean, y'all, there's a serious disconnect here, right? And so, like I said, when I spoke to my mother regarding this issue, my mom, like I asked her about the women's retreats and when women had conferences and things like that. Women were never like introduced to their body parts. Yes, you would have nurses that would come and do the old dry, boring, we need to have our yearly mammograms, we need to check our breasts for lumps, we need to have our yearly pap smears, blah, blah, blah. But no one taught the women of God their hot spots, their erogenous zones. I never saw where there was a sexologist or a sexual specialist that could come in and even recommend products for women who may have issues in the bedroom, right? And so to me, it almost makes me wonder, like, why is it that the church will not speak out against the hoish behavior that you see in the church, right? Because like I said, every week almost you see a pastor making the headline and he's caught up in some sort of sexual scandal. So us not addressing this in church is not making the problem go away. Okay, so what it says to me is we're just sweeping it under the rug or turning a blind eye and acting as though we don't see what the hell is going on. But yet y'all know that pastor is climbing in the bed with sister or brother.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So my whole thing is, I just feel like for women of God, I think that that is a part of ministry, which brings me to my next point. Back in the day, I heard someone say that sex is a part of ministry in your marriage. So ladies, if nobody ever gave y'all permission, let sis, auntie, okay, give y'all permission. Also, I know that today I'm speaking a lot to my married women, but I also think this is a good topic for my single women as well, because I do feel like your bedroom should be something that you should be excited about and look forward to when you meet the man of your dreams, your husband, your future mate. There is nothing wrong with these things. And again, if the Bible is constantly saying that the marital bed is undefiled, the word undefiled basically means nothing immoral. Okay, so unless your man is asking you to bring someone else to the bed now, and I'm just talking about this according to the Bible, okay, because we are talking to the church folks. Some people have other rules, I guess, to marriage. Some of y'all have open marriages. Some of y'all are just, hoes that said I do to each other. Y'all wanted a party, a white dress. I don't know. I don't know why some of y'all got married. But this is for those who are doing things biblically. And the reason why like this really presses me a lot is because as a woman, even being a woman when I was married, there were a lot more things that I wanted to necessarily do in my bedroom that I felt like, one, it was probably a stretch because I couldn't tell really if it was immoral, right? Because the Bible will tell you that the marital bed is undefiled. Now, my thing is, you have to worry about where that fine line is as far as the world and, what's of God. Now, I know that the woman of God is not supposed to have the desire to be like the woman in the world, but I think that the two do have to merge, right? Because at the end of the day, these are the women that your husband lusts after. And I think it's time out that we think that we have to choose to be a woman of God and then you have to put on your Sunday's best suit and your Sunday's best hat and you have to wear it 7 days a week, to the point where your marital bed is now boring and stale. You're not satisfied with what you're getting. You don't know what things you can bring into the bedroom. You don't know what sexual things are allowed. And I'm not going to give y'all no suggestions on here, okay? Because, I'm not about to expose me, okay? But what I will say is I do believe that this is a topic that should be addressed in church. I believe that pastors need to make it a part of their dialogue and have that dialogue with men, to where the pastors can learn to teach the men to go back to their wives and have these hard conversations, because at the end of the day, the family unit in the church is everything. There is no pastor without his wife. Well, I know that that's how it used to be back in the day. Nowadays, they just let people jump in the pulpit, okay? We don't even know if a boy is straight or not. Well, that's none of my business. What I'm saying is, based on how I was raised, a pastor had to have at least a wife. And oftentimes, preachers' kids had it hard because the church was centered around the first family. So my thing is, How you gonna tell me how to have a marriage, have a relationship, how to maintain my relationship and everything sacred in there? Y'all want us to stay on top of lust, but at the end of the day, y'all don't teach us how to sexually satisfy and gratify our flesh with our significant other in the place where it's sacred and supposed to be blessed by God. Okay, now there's another point that I wanted to make to you all ladies that I don't think that you all hear very often. Virtuous women do have orgasms. I'm gonna let that sink in for y'all for a minute, okay? One thing about it, as I'm trying to mature and grow in church, but I'm gonna say I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. But I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I don't want any part of any religion that will tell me that I can't shake it up for my man. I'm not doing it. I don't care who does it. I'm just not doing it. Right? And I just feel like the closer you walk with God, and if you two people are equally yoked. Now, I'm not telling y'all that if y'all husband trying to stick something in a place where it don't belong, that y'all should just go on ahead and fly with it. That's not what I'm saying. Neither am I saying that if your husband is telling you to do something that you don't necessarily find in the scripture, that you can't do it. What I'm saying is, I believe that a part of the bond of husband and wife and being like-minded and two, becoming one, is you knowing what it is that your man needs. And like I said, for the first lady, I think, you know, first lady, like when y'all start meeting with y'all congregations, and not the congregation, the women, okay? I think you all need to encourage these women to have sexual pleasure. Now, I could be wrong, y'all. This is my opinion. This is how I felt. This was heavy on my heart, and this was something that I've wanted to address for a very long time. Because I never understood, even growing up, I grew up having a minister for a mother. And my mother did tell us as young women coming up that, yeah, you know, you should have a healthy sex life with your husband. But that was about it, girl. That was about it. And I'm not, what I'm saying is my mama never encouraged me to pull out the fishnets, the whip, the straps, the chains. And I don't know, maybe that's just not who my mother was in her bedroom personality. But what I'm saying is, y'all, what I learned to teach my daughter was, your bedroom is your playground to become and develop whoever you'd like to be as a young woman. That is your fantasy land, or that is where you can become his fantasy. Okay? We just need to come to grips with the fact that we are in control of our sex lives. And that's all that I'm going to say, right? So y'all go ahead, drop in those comments. Let me know what y'all feel about this. Y'all give me some feedback. If y'all are some church women, or if you all, even if you are not a religious woman, just have a conversation and y'all have a dialogue among yourselves, even in the comments, and talk to your sister girls and tell us what are your thoughts on this, right? Okay, ladies, so that's all I have for y'all this week. I will see y'all next week. If y'all have come this far in the video, don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up. Share this video with your ladies, and y'all holler at me and let me know what y'all think. I could be wrong, y'all. I never said that I was right, but these are just thought-provoking conversations, okay? I'll see y'all next week. I love y'all. Bye.